You're in final expense telesales and you want to know exactly what to do and what not to do, then this call will be for you. I'm going to teach you exactly, I'm going to go over exactly how I would handle it, and then we're going to listen to how the agent handled it. In turn, this will teach you tonality, this will teach you how to handle objections, and then it'll also give you key phrases to use when a client objects. If you guys are new here, I'm Ryan Valet, your expert or final expense expert. And I do one of these call reviews every Monday. So be sure that you tune in. Do me a favor, pause the video, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and please drop a comment down below of what you thought of the call and maybe how you would handle it.
Yeah, hello.
Hey, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. The reason uh, I'm calling you about a request you put in. It looks like you were looking into some options about final expenses.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, happy to help you out. Now, this we don't do like random telemarketing. We only contact people who make requests. So just to kind of confirm here, you put in your email as
Correct.
outstanding. All right, cool. Just in case you missed it, I'm with Ryco, and this call is being recorded for quality assurance. Now that I know I've got the right person, tell me, how long have you been looking into options?
How long have I what?
How long have you been? Well, no. How long have you been looking into options for this? Like, how long have you been looking for
Well,
price quotes, and what's been going on?
not long. I just just one. You know how it is. One day you wake up and it's like, oh, hey, maybe I need this.
Yeah. That's about 90% of my decisions. My girlfriend even once joked that that's how she chose me. So so there we go.
Well, I hope for your sake she's a good choice for you.
You know what? Yes, she is. I lucked out. Okay, well, most of the time, the cheapest, fastest option is just to add to what you've already got. So, do you currently have anything in place?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, is there a specific reason why you haven't gotten anything into place before now?
Uh,
I want to point out one thing, uh, just a couple things real quick. So when he started out the call, I don't like to start out, well, how you doing today? Because that sounds very salesy. You don't even know this person. You don't care. It didn't matter for this specific lady, but oftentimes it comes off as a little fake. Again, you don't know this person. So why do they want to tell you how they're doing today? Now, the other thing is you could hear he's talking really fast, but in the beginning, he paused a lot and had a lot of ahs. And instead of just going right into, yeah, you were looking into options there for final expenses, just go right into that. Don't be afraid. Be confident in what you're saying. Be confident that they looked into it. You don't have to question whether they looked into it. Yes, you want them to sort of confirm, but you don't have to get them to say exactly, yes, I was looking into final expenses and I want 10,000. It's really important to be confident whenever you start out the conversation. And remember, slow down your pace. These are older people that we're dealing with, so you want to kind of meet them at their pace. You don't have to go super slow and spell out every word because speaking fast can definitely make you sound nervous.
no, not really. I just I'm being lazy as far as considering it, I guess.
Oh, no. None of us, very few of us, I'll say, are lazy. Just have to find, what makes your heart sing, I guess. Um,
Yeah.
okay. Well, obviously, I'm a licensed broker here in Indiana. There's about 40 companies in Indiana, and I just shop them all to get you qualified for the best rate. Make sense?
Yep. For
Okay.
me,
Now,
it does. Absolutely.
perfect. Now, different policies in Indiana, they treat these things as financial instruments, right? And different policies will do different things. So, can you describe for me what were your thoughts and concerns when you filled out the request?
Just basically to have a little something for the kids to be able to bury me or whatever.
Heard. Okay, so if anything were to happen to you, would they be the ones kind of stuck with the bill?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. So I guess we're going to list them as the beneficiaries on this.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Real quick, what are their names?
Uh, my oldest son.
Okay. All right. All right. Very good. Now, so it sounds like you're doing this so that it doesn't have to start a GoFundMe or go hat in hand to the local church to have this all taken care of.
You got it.
All right. Perfect. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay. Well, I'm
We're
glad.
going to do a GoFundMe. We're going to do it now so I can benefit from it.
Yeah, man. Yes, I'm gonna do a GoFundMe, man. I want it to be something fun. I want a nice something. All right. Well, I'm glad to hear that you love your family enough to get something because it's
I want to point out, listen to his tonality. It's really solid. He sounds like he cares, and that's super, super important. I know the agent does, and it's really important that even if you're having a bad day, that you have the right tonality with people. So really listen closely to his tonality and how he's creating rapport with the client throughout the conversation.
crazy to think how many people there are that don't care enough about their family and are willing to make it their problem, right?
Right, right.
Well, let's see. Now, when it comes to getting any kind of coverage, your budget is the most important part. Meaning, yeah, I could show you $1 million, but if you can't afford it, then there's no sense in talking about it.
Right.
All right.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
definitely can't afford that, so there
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. So it's important to know that if you can't afford it in 6 months to a year, then you can't just decrease it. But we can always add to it and I'll be here for life, so you'll always be guaranteed to get the best price when that time comes. So, what do you feel is actually affordable? Are you looking for something between, I don't know, $100 to $150 in premiums? What is the range you're looking for here?
Another thing to point out that he did phenomenal on, notice the curiosity. So are you looking, somewhere around 100 to 150? That curiosity in his tone and in his voice is really, really important. Phenomenal job on sounding curious. You're really trying to work with them and figure out exactly what makes sense.
That is a little steep for me, seeing as how I am on a fixed income.
Oh, fair.
Now, we're going to see if he comes back with what I would say, which is just lower it a little bit. So, were you looking maybe around $75? Does that make a little more sense? Hopefully, what he doesn't do is come back with, are you looking at 80 or 75 or 50 or 40? Don't give a thousand different options. Just give one option and work your way back from there.
Fair. Most people in Indiana ask me to shop between $85 to $125, but this is up to you. You're the one telling me what to do. I work for you.
Uh-huh. I don't know. I mean, what kind of coverage can I? Oh well, how do I want to say it?
Well, again, my job, my job is to find out what you qualify for based on the criteria, right? And in
Right.
Indiana, the policies are organized in order of premium. So one of my filters is what is the price range. So most people, like I say, want me to shop between $85 to $125. Do you want me to go somewhere between 75 to 100?
Uh, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, no. Like let me put it this way. It's like there are all sorts of ways to make it work, right?
So this is a perfect opportunity to say, look, you and I could look at 100,000, but we're not going to just make up the rate. Really make that clear. I can tell that she's struggling. She's got maybe an idea of what she wants to leave behind or how much she wants, but she's thinking almost that she can make up that rate. And it's important to spell that out to her. Yeah, look, we can't make up the rate. Now, if you wanted to shop for 100,000, I could tell you what that is, but you and I aren't going to just magically make it lower.
You're hesitant. I, let me try word it a different way. I don't care. I don't work for any of these companies, right? I don't care what you do. I care about you, but I don't care how much you want to spend or which company you want to go with. So I want I want to be like, okay, yes, I can afford 75 to 100, or yes, I can afford 50 to 85, right? But so that's what I'm looking for from you. So what range are we looking for here?
Okay, I'm looking in the range of 50.
Okay, got it. Okay, so I'm going to look in the 40 to $60 range, and I'm going to try to stick us to closer to the $40 range.
Okay, that would be perfect.
Okay, perfecto. Okay. All right. Well, before we really get into it, do you know the difference between term and whole life?
Oh, yeah. Well,
Well, no
not
problem.
really. I
Look,
mean, yeah.
I barely
I
know.
mean,
I don't
term
know how
is
to.
just a certain amount of time, I think, and whole life is considered whole life.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Look. If I were to fix your plumbing right now, you'd be in big trouble. It would be a hot mess. So it's okay to ask a plumber, right? I don't know
Yeah.
anything
Right.
about like fixing my car, so I talk to my mechanic. So yeah, it's very simple. A term is short for terminates, meaning if you have it for 10 years and you outlive it, then you have nothing, right? Uh,
Uh-huh.
Term policies, whenever you look on, whenever you see an ad on TV or the internet, it's whenever you see an insanely large face value and a very low premium, that usually means it's a term policy. And then one of two things starts to happen. Over time, the premiums start to go up, usually exponentially, and then the policy cancels itself. All right? Whole
Right.
life, yeah. So whole life is more of what people think about when they're thinking about life insurance, right? It does what it says on the tin. It will go on for your whole life. As long as you're making premium payments, it's going to stay, and the rate will always be locked in based on when you actually submit the application. Now there are reasons why you might want to go term, right? But usually over
No,
the age.
no.
Okay, okay.
I don't want term at all.
Okay. So you're asking me to go with whole life here.
Right.
Outstanding. Yeah, that's smart. That's really smart. Okay, yeah. So anything we're going to talk about will never change due to age or health. And
So notice his analogies. Those are really important. I love to use analogies myself. It really helps people understand exactly the points behind what you're doing, what you're saying, and so forth. Creating your own analogies. It's okay to speak from your own mind. You don't have to use my analogy or his analogy. Using analogies really helps people understand the correlation between two things. Really helps explain your product.
your price is guaranteed to never increase. So, this isn't like AARP, Globe Life, or Colonial Penn. Make sense?
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. All right. Now, obviously, as different carriers in Indiana have different rules, right? When we're doing research here, some carriers require me to check IDs. Others do not. Now, I don't need you to send a copy of your driver's license to me or anything, but I do need to know, do you have state issued ID like a driver's license, and is it near your person right now?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Again, I don't need it. Just usually, if there's an app that needs to be filled, some of them ask me to have them read out the driver's license, and I just need to know that it's nearby. Okay. Now, some carriers take certain payment methods. Others do not. Some carriers require me to enter in the payment method when I submit an application. Others do not. Some carriers will offer a discount if a person is willing to pay with a credit card or a bank account. Others don't.
Mm-hmm.
So in your case, do you have a regular bank account or like a direct express card?
Really important to note, you do not want to over explain. The more you over explain, the more you're why. Really important to note that you do not want to over explain. The more you over explain, the more risk you take of confusing a client. And a confused client is most likely not going to buy. So just keep that in mind. Keep your explanations short and sweet and simple, right? Really simple, so that way they can understand exactly what you're going for. Real simple to ask for bank information, real simple to ask for a state ID. Hey, look, so whenever it comes down to it, I just want to make sure that you got a state issued ID or like a driver's license, correct? Yes. Okay, so whenever it comes down to the monthly payment, you understand that there's going to be a monthly payment. I don't have to explain that to you, but they're going to want that automatically. So would that come from like your checking, your savings, or like a direct express card? Keep it real simple. You don't have to explain what the carriers want. There's 40 different ways to take a payment. That's all irrelevant to them. And again, we'll likely get the wheel spinning of, well, so I want to qualify for the best, so maybe I should get a bank account, or I don't ever want to give my bank information. It starts sowing seeds of doubt, more or less.
No, I have a regular bank account,
Okay,
but
okay.
um, I'm not too fancy about paying for something that I haven't seen any kind of documentation of.
Okay. So she's already talking about how she doesn't want to give her bank information. That's the objection. Hear that. Now, what I hope the agent comes back with is, yeah, no, 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 absolutely. So no payments due today. The ultimate goal is just to figure out exactly where we're at. Don't start. What I hope he doesn't do is start trying to shove it down her throat of, well, you're going to have to give me your bank information, and that's going to be okay. As soon as you do that, they're going to pull back. They're giving you an objection. And as soon as you start becoming combative or telling them they have to do something, they're going to continue to pull back, and the less likely they are to move forward. So let's hear what he says.
Either. So
Oh yeah.
I don't,
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
want
yeah,
to.
yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, that's totally fair. We're not going to do anything today. The most we're going to do is kind of give you some price quotes and maybe submit an application. It's just that if we choose a carrier that requires banking information to be entered at the point of the application, it's it's good to know what we're dealing with. Also, even if you wanted to, which I don't think you should, I think it's a bad idea, but even if you wanted to start a policy today, I would advise against it. I'd need you to look at the paperwork first before
Right.
anything starts. So what I would recommend is if again we don't know what's going to happen right now, there are like about 40 different options we have to go over. But if we submit an application, we would probably want to move the first payment forward like 28 days or something. We would want it to start sometime in either late July or maybe as far as August, depending on if the carrier will let us.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I just want to be really clear. We're not starting anything today. Today is the get the price.
Answer. Very short and kind of dry. She is very nervous now. Again, way too much over explaining of exactly what it all takes. Just keep it short and sweet and calm. Very calm. Notice how fast he's talking. Again, it's not the end of the world, but it definitely can hurt you with the wrong people. And at this point, if he slows down and says, yeah, absolutely. Hey, look, we're not looking to take any kind of payment today, and you'll get the paperwork to review, no matter what happens, we'll get it all figured out. But the first part is to do is figure out whether or not you qualify or not. So let's just get through that, and then we can talk about whatever the process is, if everything makes sense. Gain that trust, calm her down, get her away from thinking, oh, this guy's going to want my banking information, my social, and he's going to want everything. You want to avoid that. Again, yes, you will need it, but if you just come right out and you're like, I gotta have it, she's going to pull back and not want to give it to you.
Maybe submit an application. Once you see the paperwork and if you like it, then the policy would go into effect sometime in July or maybe August.
Okay.
Okay. I want to be really. Do you have any questions or concerns? I'm
Well,
very
yeah,
clear
because
here.
there again, I don't feel comfortable giving bank information without having paperwork and then just take it for granted that they're, if I decide against it and they have all my bank information. No, I don't particularly care about that.
No, I get it. That's why we're having this conversation now. That's understood, right? So,
Mhm.
there are several options available to you. Again, we don't know what you're going to want to do in a little bit, all right? So we want to know what the options are, because it's like, look, if you're saying to me, oh, under no size, way, shape, or form am I going to give routing and account numbers to submit an application.
Mhm.
Fair. That's okay. I just set that as a filter, right? And I will
Right.
only propose carriers to you that will accept credit cards or banking information or banking or check cards, right?
Mhm.
Some I,
Well,
but
wait a minute
but
though. There again, they have
yeah,
information that I'm not particularly fond of sharing until I
yeah,
know what I'm getting.
yeah.
And that.
Well, let's be really clear. You would know what you're getting, right? Like there is
Right.
no not knowing what you're getting, right? But the way these carriers work, right, is
Mm-hmm.
you get the you get the price quote. The price quotes for insurance companies are extremely variable. So like if you were to go buy a shirt, right? You go to your local Walmart, you want to buy a shirt, it's $5, right? Dollars to donuts, you go in next week, it's still going to be $5. It's still going to be $10, right? Life insurance is not like that. It is more of a financial instrument. It is dependent on age, on health, on state, on zip code, on what's going on. So it's like we can talk price quotes all day long, but until you actually are ready to move forward, it's a useless conversation, right? So we
Mm-hmm.
find out what options you want to do. We pick an option. If you pick the option, then we submit the application. Then they submit you the actual paperwork. And if you like it, then it stays put. And if you don't, then we change or cancel it. It's a pretty 100% of insurance companies work this way. So it's like we're if so I just want to be clear that that's all. I'm just saying that like yeah that they I'm not saying they will take banking information, but if it's something that you want to do and then they do and you go, "Oh, I don't want to give banking information." Well then there's it's not a real quote. It's, it doesn't
Uh,
it doesn't exist. It's a number. And I can give you numbers like 50.
mm-hmm.
There's a number, right? So I need you to help. Like, are are you? Oh, if we know what we're dealing with here, are you okay with giving banking or credit card information if we're going to submit an application?
No, I'm not.
Okay,
I'm going to
very
tell you
good, very
right off
good.
the
All
I'm
right,
not.
very good, very good. All right, well then, when you're ready to do that, what somebody else will eventually contact you, and you'll have a similar conversation. But ultimately, their dollars to donuts going to need banking information, and there we go. Now, just as a professional courtesy to you, I will still give you a rough price quote, but it's not going to be accurate when you're actually ready to move forward.
So I'm going to go ahead and stop it there. Uh, Clearly you can hear, unfortunately, he started to get a little more combative as she continued to say she didn't want to give her banking information. And again, at that point, you've already lost her. It's really important to understand that. And again, it's so important not to over explain. Great to use analogies, and you used another analogy, but at this point, it's not going to help. Any more analogies are not going to improve the situation from this point. So, what he should have done again would have been, yeah, absolutely. Hey, look, let's figure out exactly where you're at, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do from there. It's possible that maybe she still wouldn't give the bank information, but I could tell you almost 99.9% of the time, if you go back combative and you're over explaining everything and really trying to get that confirmation that she's willing to give her bank information, you're going to be met with resistance and they're going to back out. So just like she's about to back out of the whole situation, unfortunately. Um, Again, the point of kind of explaining to her that, hey, look, yeah, getting her to calm down on the bank information. Yeah, absolutely. So let's figure out exactly where we're at, and then we can figure out where you want to move forward from there. By doing that, you start getting her to say yes to things, start getting her comfortable again, get her to forget about the bank information, focus on what it's really about. You want to leave something behind for your kids or your daughter or your son, whoever it is. Do the circle back, right? So why she's doing it. Bring back in that why so that way she starts feeling those emotions. So that way she starts to let go of, well, I don't want to give bank information. Now you really want to inform her. You want to figure out what she's going to qualify for. Once you figure out what she's going to qualify for, then start explaining the benefits of what it's actually going to do. Paint that picture. Show her the vacation. So again, don't go into the banking information. Now, whenever you get ready to submit the application, okay, so out of these three options, one makes the most sense? And she picks one. Okay, so like we discussed before, I want you to know that they're going to be looking for your social. They're not going to be asking, doing any credit checks, and then they're going to want your bank information. Neither one of those are going to be a problem. Be assumptive. Don't take that reservation that she had from before and bring it into the rest of the call. Just assume that, hey, look, she's happy. She likes that option. We're going to go through an application. Now you can rehandle this objection if you haven't made her comfortable enough and understand, okay, so how do we get to move forward? Right? I can send you all the information on this, maybe email or send her a text link, whatever it may be. Maybe that's what she needs in order to move forward. You don't really know that she wants to see the full policy. Some people do, and that's not possible. Very few, I don't know of any companies that are actually going to send a full policy to somebody without actually giving their bank info. Maybe she just wants to see some information and feel a little more confident about who she's dealing with. I'm not recommending that you take 2 hours to send a full illustration to somebody like this, but a quick bit of information on the carrier or about the product is okay occasionally. Again, if she sounds truly interested. So you want to avoid being combative and get her to saying yes and get her back to being comfortable. She was perfectly comfortable until we brought up banking information. Let it go. Again, if she said, I am never going to give you my bank information, I don't care what you do unless I have the policy in my hand. If she says something like that, then yeah, she's a suspect. And just explain to her, hey, look, I completely understand you want to see that. But unfortunately, there's not a carrier out there that is going to provide that without you actually giving something in exchange. Doesn't mean that you have to pay, but they want something in exchange to know that you're actually serious. Otherwise, think about it this way. Would you want to spend money to send information to somebody and them never move forward when they never had an intention? Your banking information gives them that intention that you actually want to move forward with something. Just be very careful with your words. When someone starts to give you an objection, don't become combative. Do the circle back situation where, yeah, absolutely. Hey, look, they're not looking for anything today. And then start talking about their why. Start talking about some of the things that matter to them. And then circle back whenever that time comes to that specific situation, so that way you can get their commitment. All right, guys, so we'll cut it off there. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and we will see you guys in the next one.
Subscribe now to be a Fexpert. Do it.